Welcome to uCheck's Quick System Walkthrough. uCheck is one of the UK's leading providers of criminal records checks for both employers and individuals. We offer an enhanced, standard or basic service, depending on the legislative requirements of the role you're seeking to fill. Our checks are rapid and 100% accurate. Our online system makes the process quick and easy, as we're about to show you. Let's start with the home page. There are two separate logins. Start Applications allows you or an applicant to initiate an application for a DBS check. This is done by clicking on the orange Start Application box and using the login details supplied. Manage Applications allows a registered user to check, update, approve and monitor applications. To access this part of the system, click the blue box and log in using the details that were emailed to you during setup. Let's take a closer look at the Start Applications section. Firstly, you'll need to enter the organisation reference and the password you will have been given. The next page calls for the applicant's personal information to be entered in the relevant fields. There's a section here on the right which offers guidance to the user during each step. The applicant's address information is collated on the next screen. Again, assistance is provided to ensure accuracy. An address history of 5 years is required, so the system prompts to ensure that this is captured. Details must match any ID documents provided. A copy of the disclosure certificate will be sent to the address entered here. Additional details allow the user to record any historical name changes, for example due to marriage or adoption. We then collect information on place of birth and nationality. Drop-down boxes and system prompts make data entry much easier. Submitting accurate data ensures that there are no processing delays and that a valid disclosure is obtained. The following sections gather information on the nature of employment and criminal history if relevant. The system offers clarification on exactly what's required. If the applicant is to work around vulnerable adults and/or children, then workforce details should reflect this. Likewise, the nature of the work, leading to eligibility for DBS disclosure, needs to be reflected in position applied for. The system then provides an overview of the applicant's details, which should be checked carefully. The application is complete and it's now saved to the Manage Applications dashboard. A registered user from your organisation needs to complete the rest of the process. This includes completing Section Y, checking the ID, and approving the application. Let's walk through this sequence. The registered user accesses Manage Applications by clicking the blue box on the home page. As previously advised, to log in, you will need to have the details that were emailed upon setup. On this screen, enter the organisation reference, your username, the email address that you supplied to us, and the date of birth as issued in your startup email. The date of birth is a default date issued by us, which you can change after your first login. Enter your password to complete the login. As with the date of birth, you can change the password to one of your choosing after your first login. It is vitally important for staff to use their dedicated login details. Logins are registered against each user and form part of an audit trail. You will now be able to see your dashboard. This shows the status of applications at a glance. The pre-DBS processing area is an overview of all the DBS cases that have not started processing yet. By choosing a category title, for example, requiring Section Y and ID, you will see applications that need to be actioned in this way before they can be progressed. Once you've clicked on the application, you will be taken to an overview screen. You can work through the Section Y and ID check by clicking on the relevant orange button. Complete Section Y by selecting the relevant options for your applicant using the drop-down boxes. As you can see, there's lots of guidance to help you make the right selections. Save and click on the Overview tab to go back to the application in order to complete the process. Next, click on the orange Complete ID Check button. Here you will need to enter the details of the ID documents that you've seen. If you have approved forms of identification for the applicant, complete Route 1. Fill in the details on screen and click Save. However, if the applicant cannot provide sufficient documents, you'll need to use Route 2. Leave the form blank and click on the orange Next Route button. To finalize the application, you'll need to review it and ensure that names are spelled correctly, date of birth is accurate, applicant's gender matches their title, and that the correct level of DBS check has been selected. You can now approve the application by clicking the Approve button at the top of the page. If your organisation pays on account, click the Approve button. If you pay online, you'll be directed to a payment screen before being able to approve the application. Once approved, the application will show that it's waiting for counter-signatory authority, which is part of the process. We aim to countersign applications within 1 working day. In practice, it's likely to be much quicker. If the application appears to be delayed, there could be a note from us with a query. This will show as a notepad icon next to the applicant name in the application's home screen. A notification email that we have raised a query will also be sent to you. Completed applications will be listed on your dashboard, and an email notification will be sent to the primary contact with the result. Finally, let's look at other options on the menu bar. Applications. Access a pending application by clicking on its reference number. You can also search using name, date of birth, and reference number. By clicking on the Track link, you can check on the status of each application in processing. Results shows all completed applications. To help you make a quick recruitment decision, click on the Clear link. It gives you a downloadable certificate for each cleared applicant. Reports will enable you to analyse all current, historic, or archived applications. Users can be reassured that if there are any queries or uncertainties during the process, our friendly advice team are on hand to guide them through the system. That's all there is to it. uCheck makes an otherwise complex process simple, straightforward, and compliant.